Okay, Sawmill Turtle here to sound off on something. I've noticed a lot of grumbling and complaining about the current hiatus, and how it seems like it isn't going to end. I've seen some conspiracy theories and people talking about how CN is secretly plotting to choke out Steven Universe and then quietly cancel it. And now I'm going to have my say. Since the types of people who create conspiracy theories aren't the types of people who do things like actual research and rational thinking, I went ahead and did all the homework for them. Yeah, if you're a conspiracy theorist who thinks CN would try to murder a hugely successful TV show in some covert plot to replace everything with Teen Titans Go, then I'm talking directly to you. Yeah, you, Mr. or Mrs. Tinfoil Hat. I'm here to actually defend CN. I don't think CN is the evil villain they're portrayed as by older viewers as of late. In fact, I think they're doing the only intelligent thing they could be doing with their limited available programming. I'll present this case in two parts, by putting a perspective on the hiatus situation, and then explaining why CN tends to put the show on hiatus. First, I went through the entire episode list and noted any gaps in broadcast dates. Particularly large gaps that can't be explained by weird broadcasting order signify hiatuses. In the interest of brevity, if a break in programming didn't last longer than about a month, I didn't mark it as a hiatus, and thus it won't be covered in detail. Please note that each of these entries counts the end day of the hiatus, since Steven Universe always airs at night, normally close to the start of the Adult Swim programming block at the end of the broadcast day. The first notable break in Steven Universe episodes occurred on December 2nd, 2013, and lasted until January 13th, 2014, for a grand total of 43 days. There were some minor breaks following this, but nothing longer than a month. The first truly long hiatus came on May 14, 2014, and didn't end until August 21st. This hiatus lasted 100 days, or 3 months and 8 days. Things aired pretty regularly for a long time after this, usually on a weekly or bi-weekly schedule. If there was a break, it wasn't long. There was a small break between December 4th of 2014 and January 8th of 2015, which was only 36 days. There were other smaller ones, like between April 30th and June 15th of 2015, and a bigger one between October 15th of the same year and January 4th of 2016. If math isn't your strong area, that's 82 days. This is where the hiatuses got a little cruel. After leaving Steven fans in the dark for 82 days, the Crewniverse released a Steven bomb that lasted from the 4th to the 8th. Then came the biggest hiatus the show has yet seen. This is a big mamma jamma. From January 8th to May 12th. That's 126 days, or 4 months and 5 days. According to the date calculator, this hiatus took up 34.43% of the entire year. An 82-day hiatus followed by a 126-day hiatus? Yeah, we'll survive this hiatus we're in now. In fact, after telling the date of the most recently aired episode with today's date, which is August 10th as of the writing of this script, we've only been in a hiatus for 74 days. Granted, it's the fourth longest hiatus the show has yet seen, but that's no reason to go on talking about how CN is trying to sabotage the show, and how it's secretly been canceled, and how the waiting is literally killing you. Like, literally? Like the hiatus took on a physical form and now has its hands around your throat, choking the life out of you? It's literally killing you. Okay, you'll be okay. Just take a deep breath, eat a cookie cat, listen to Giant Woman for the 126th time today. Then realize that our favorite show will be back. The world isn't coming to an end. Everyone got spoiled with the massive amount of content during the summer of Steven last year, not realizing that cartoons take a really long time to make, and that CN was probably burning through all of their completed episodes faster than Willie Nelson burns through a bag of sweet Jamaican grass. The truth is that CN would have no reason to sabotage a show that's making them money. While a show like Teen Titans Go brings in advertising revenue on a daily basis because it runs almost all day long, a show like Steven Universe has something better on its side: longevity. Teen Titans Go will eventually come to an end, as all shows eventually do. There will be a period of time when it becomes a part of another generation's nostalgia, but that's all it will ever be. You know why? Because it's a gimmick. A silly show with a silly premise designed to be here 1 minute and gone the next. Very much like the Saturday morning cartoons of old. It makes a lot of cash for a very short time, and then the merchandising value wears off and the ride is over. Steven Universe, on the other hand, has more staying power. It has a deep mythology that can reach far beyond just toy sales. The fan base came together because of the writing and the depth of the messages the show sends. Like Star Trek when it started in the 60s, Steven Universe began as something small, but blossomed into something that could continue to make cash for a long time, possibly even decades. CN knows that, and they know that they don't have to milk Steven Universe to keep the fans coming back. Teen Titans Go and shows like it are designed for an audience with a short attention span. If you stop airing it for too long, they go watch something else. Steven fans, on the other hand, are sometimes so desperate for even a scrap of news that they make it up. Fake leaks, phony screenshots, fabricated episode lists. They're all the products of people who want new episodes and will wait as long as it takes to get them. Tell the common 8 or 9-year-old that Teen Titans Go won't have a new episode for 4 months and 5 days, and see what happens. Air the show only when new episodes come out, and see what happens. Those kids will be switching over to Nickelodeon to watch SpongeBob and the Loud House. You know why? Because of the saturation. They play those shows all the time. CN, surprisingly, doesn't have a lot of silly shows aimed at a younger audience. In fact, they really don't have a lot of shows at all. The Powerpuff Girls reboot was a colossal failure, and the Ben 10 reboot may suffer the same fate. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs disappeared like a fart in the wind. What do they have left? Regular show is off the air, Adventure Time is ending, Clarence is ending, Over the Garden Walls 10 episodes didn't even resurface as repeats as far as I know, Infinity Train hasn't been greenlit. What's left? Teen Titans Go, We Bare Bears, Steven Universe, OKKO, and The Amazing World of Gumball. We Bare Bears isn't really the flashy, rapid-paced animation that appeals to younger kids. It's a slower, cleverer kind of cartoon. It sometimes reminds me of regular show. It doesn't have to resort to flashy colors, songs about pie, or fart jokes. OKKO is flashy and full of jokes that kids could appreciate, but it also has heart, and knowing Ian Jones-Cordy, probably a deeper plotline and mythology than the early episodes are showing. Steven Universe is designed for older mentalities, children who are likely in middle school and up. It isn't really meant for kids who don't have the mental capacity to grasp a lot of the ideas that the show presents. Same-sex relationships, transgenderism, gender fluidity, polyamory, murder, war crimes, slavery. A lot of those kids wouldn't be able to follow the narrative from where it is now and understand it, and wouldn't necessarily have the attention span to watch 5 seasons worth and catch up. So what does CN have left to draw on a younger demographic? Teen Titans Go, OKKO, and Gumball. That's it. That's all they have. They have to fill their programming blocks with something. So why couldn't they air Steven Universe as much as they air Teen Titans Go, I hear you say? You mean like last summer, when they did the Summer of Steven? Last summer, when they had Steven on for hours at a time, and a new episode every weekday? The truth is, Steven Universe is a show that doesn't need to be on all day long, and it really can't be on all day long. Most people who aren't hardcore fans already wouldn't be able to watch random episodes without running into spoilers, or just becoming confused by story arcs that they haven't been following. Steven Universe requires a commitment. Teen Titans Go, Gumball, and We Bare Bears do not. I have this friend who's a regular viewer of the show, for the most part. He watches, he comes and goes, he tells me when I'm doing things wrong. He's part of the reason that I've improved as much as I have in a short period of time, because he's not afraid to tell me, hey, that really sucks. And he and I have had some discussions about Steven Universe and the few episodes that he's watched, and the few episodes that he's seen haven't necessarily been in order, and haven't been from the beginning, and they've just been random episodes that he's seen from time to time, and they've all confused him. One conversation we had was, what about that one where the mailman was in love? Oh, yeah, that's the one where he was writing love letters to Garnet, right? I guess so. And that's what Steven Universe is to people who haven't watched from the beginning, who don't have the commitment to it, who haven't watched every single episode. It doesn't make sense. It's confusing. You can't air it all day long. So remember, CN is not your enemy. CN is not sabotaging Steven Universe or Rebecca Sugar or the Crooniverse. The hiatus hasn't been as long as you're making it out to be, and it isn't because of some nefarious plot to undermine a successful and highly acclaimed animated series. If you still aren't convinced, consider this. Steven Universe has been nominated for an Emmy Award. Cartoon Network would be stupid to cancel it or to sabotage it. This is Sawmill Turtle. If you haven't already, please consider hitting the subscribe button. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm out.